it's the abstractionist. So I'm gonna do this video. I've done like 3 or 4 videos before this. I know I look weird with the shadows and everything like that. I just don't want to turn the light on because I don't know, I don't want to be like ah. But yeah, so just be prepared to see a bunch of shadows everywhere on my face and whatnot. Anyway, so I did videos. I deleted one because I put one up here, but I just deleted it. So going forward, I think I'm gonna slow down my YouTube. I'll put a little bit more, and it's because I'm exploring why I started the channel. So basically in 2016 I had a spiritual awakening based on this guy that I met, and I'm just gonna like look back and forth. And now that that relationship is like completely done and severed, for how long I don't know, but as far as I know, indefinitely, right? Now that that's done, I have to like really question my motives for being in tarot land. So basically I got into tarot because I was trying to seek answers and advice on that relationship, and it took me down the rabbit hole. I did grow to like tarot, and I grew to gain interest in like astrology and stuff like that. I was always interested in astrology, mainly like the kind of like magazine zodiac type forecast horoscopes, but I grew to understand that it was like a deeper thing. Don't mind the smoke, it's from an incense. So if you see something over here floating, it's the incense. But back to the explanation. Essentially, I grew like obsessed with trying to figure out that love situation, and tarot has kind of been one journey of me trying to figure that out. With the ending of this relationship, it's kind of like there's not I don't have a reason for doing YouTube, but it definitely forces me to evaluate the ways in which I've outgrown how I've been moving on YouTube. So it's not like I've been doing readings for the last however many years trying to get that person back, but because I've been in tarot land and because I got into tarot because of relationship, it definitely does bring up that question. So questioning my motives, questioning my expectations of tarot, expectations of my spiritual journey, and trying to figure that out. Now that I've kind of figured that out, it's not like there's no reason for me to be on here, but again, things are changing and my expectations are changing, and what I want to do has changed and it's evolved and it's morphed and it's done like all these things. And so I'm just kind of debating whether or not this is the platform, right? So yeah, as of right now, I'm going to be doing probably shorter videos on here as far as the quarterlies, seasonals, and then we'll go from there. I might do more just singular readings popping in of, you know, when I want to, as opposed to doing like the quarterlies and then all these other videos, mainly because I want to do body work. I want to actually do readings for other people, and I just have other interests outside of this, and so I don't want this to take up more time than it needs to. And I also kind of accepted that being on here and trying to be a tarot YouTuber isn't necessarily the way I need to go, because it has not worked out. Even if I were to change some major things, make thumbnails and stuff like that, the discussions that are being had, I'm not fully invested in being a part of any one community. Like, I'll pop in and pop out, but you know, what I want to make just fits me and my universe. And it's harder to fit into kind of a collective universe, even though I fit in the collective as far as like humanity is involved, but you know, because I'm here. But the topics that I want to talk about, I don't know if the tribe is exactly here. I feel like I get more engagement on my Instagram, and I just kind of feel like, you know, I'm not, I think even when I slow down on my consumption of YouTube tarot, I'm not seeking, really, let's be honest, getting on here, and most people who get on here for YouTube relationship type stuff, you're seeking that resolution with that person, the relationship being with that person, and knowing that that relationship is not going to really happen as far as I know, like I said, for the foreseeable future, indefinitely, he and I are not doing anything, I can move on, and I'm not beholden to this, and I'm not stuck. I'm free. And so I'm free to do a lot of stuff. I'm free to release expectations. One of the things I just kind of got over today is releasing the expectation of who I thought the person that I wanted to be with actually is. And that's like a major thing, because, you know, when you get into the love stuff, you have a specific person in mind. It's very rare. Don't lie to yourself if you watch love readings that you're just open and it's anyone and you're okay with like anyone coming in. You have a person in mind. You have a person in mind, and you wanted to be that person, and when it's not that person, you're upset. And so now that I've kind of like accepted it's not them, and it's probably not the person I'm thinking about currently either, I've kind of released myself from expectations, which means, like I said, tarot just is, it's taking a new form and a new way, and I have practices with it and stuff like that. So what's going to happen is just different changes to formatting for the quarterlies, different changes to formatting to how I read in general. I'm probably going to more or less do check-ins, mini discussions, things like that, monthlies or quarterlies rather. I keep saying monthlies. I'm just used to watching monthlies for people. They probably are just going to be like long form, like blog posts or something like that, where I can just fully flesh out stuff, and people who are actually engaged with it can read it without my voice and without the visuals and stuff like that, besides like a picture and maybe a little clip. I just don't want to invest the time anymore in this platform in the way that I have been. And I think that if the goal was to be with that person, that has not worked, and also the way that I've been operating with this YouTube hasn't worked either. And so it's just time for changes, and I'm happy about that. So that's my Pisces new moon like revolution is that I was aiming for reunion with a specific person. That's how I kind of started this, and I've continued on. And even though I've grown as a spiritual person, that little tendril was still there, and I think I finally kind of released it because I've started to release expectations that that person was the person, and it feels good to be moving forward. So how are you doing this Pisces moon? I feel kind of good, and this may be its own series where I just like pop in every like Pisces moon every like Pisces moon or something like that, and just tell you how I'm feeling, because usually around Pisces moon I can feel it. And maybe it's because Pisces to Aries, you're on the cusp of a change, right? You're going from mutable water to cardinal fire, and you're just going from the end of the zodiac to the beginning, you know, back into the wheel. And so I always come to some conclusion that ends up like mixing like something out of my life. So that's where I am. I hope you enjoyed all the videos I did for the decks leaving. There will be some coming in, and there's just gonna be other stuff that I'm doing that's gonna come in. So slowly you'll probably just see the channel evolve out of tarot and into things I'm interested in. And the tarot that does stay probably won't be the quarterlies. It'll be like other things that I'm just interested in. So yeah, I don't know what to say. Like I've kind of like stopped caring. I think also, like I talked to my mom today, not about this kind of stuff, but I just kind of feel like I'm just over expectations of where expectations I put on myself, and then expectations that other people put on me, and projections and stuff like that. Not necessarily with immediate family, but kind of immediate family, and then like society at large as I move through society and this 3D plane of just these expectations of how it should be and how I should act and where I should go, and the logical steps. And I'm taking a womb class as well, and that's coming up about expectations and logic and intuition and all of these things. So I think I just am releasing expectations. I'm just like, fuck it. Like, I don't give a shit anymore. I'm gonna do what I want to do. If you want to stay around, great. If you don't, please exit. Don't leave any comments. You can thumbs down the video or whatever. But like, it's exhausting trying to like uphold people's image. You know, I'm not really one who likes to do that, which is probably why I'm not the best for like certain environments. It just gets tiring being someone who you're not, or trying to be someone who you're not, or going after things that you think will get you the happiness to impress people, to do this, and you know, that's not rooted in you and who you are and what you want, and you're just following someone else's shit, and it's just like, wow, like, why, you know? So that's all I gotta say. In the future, just pay attention to what's going on. I hope you enjoy everything, and yeah.